now I think we can move to our third lightning talk, which is Maijala from National Library of Finland with an introduction to RecordManager, which I believe has grown quite a bit over the past year.
Yes, indeed. So, hi everyone. This lightning talk was actually motivated by RecordManager coming up in discussions yesterday. So I decided to give you a brief introduction on what exactly it is and that there is such a thing that you could actually use if you needed to. So RecordManager has, well, roughly the following main functionalities. And first of all, it's important to note that it works with VuFind. So that's the main aspect of it. And the main thing it does is ingest records, manage them somehow, normalize them as necessary and so on, and then index them in Solr. RecordManager has several different ways of getting records into it. It supports OAI PMH. You can import data. You can use also Sierra REST API and things like that to get the records in. It can deduplicate records, and I should mention that this mechanism is completely different from what you saw earlier today. It has support for enrichments, so you can enrich the record content, and of course it can update the Solr index for you. It has several record formats available. First of all, Mark 21, and then we have Dublin Core records. We support some authority formats like EAC CPF. We support EAD2 and 3 versions, European ESE, Forward, which is used in audiovisual materials, and Lido for museum materials, and then LRR MEI that's used for learning materials. So there are quite a few. Nowadays, RecordManager, unlike in the past, is much more modular and supports modules and services and plugins in a fairly similar way that the VuFind does. And the following things are pluggable, like enrichments, harvesters. You can devise your own deduplication algorithm if you want. And also record drivers and splitters. Splitters are used with, for instance, EAD, where a single record contains a full hierarchy. So the splitters can split those hierarchies into smaller pieces. RecordManager also provides a lot of configurability. So while you can do a lot of different things in different ways, it can be sometimes a little bit complex. So if you can do with the import and harvesting tools that VuFind provides, by all means use them. But this provides some additional features that the built-in tools in VuFind can't do. What I forgot to add here is that in the past, RecordManager only worked with MongoDB, so you needed Mongo for storing the records as the backend database. These days, it can also use an SQL database, and it's tested with MariaDB. Should work with MySQL as well. And here are some links for you. So the RecordManager has been split into two pieces. In the past, we had everything in a single repository, but now the core of RecordManager is in the RecordManager repository, and we have our own extensions in a separate one. So you should be able to take the core one and use it, and not care about what we have messed with our own record drivers and whatever. Of course, if you use formats other than what's supported by VuFind, the record display and search results are not that nice. You can get some, but you probably want to adapt some of the record drivers that we have for these different formats. So there is a link for additional record drivers for VuFind. I should probably contribute some of those upstream, but it will require some work because we have our own ways of doing some things. So this is just a quick introduction. And if you go to the wiki page, you can see a lot more about how RecordManager works, how it's done, how it's configured, how it's used, and what the features are available. I should maybe mention that most of this functionality is used on the command line. So there is a terminal console command that runs almost everything. But RecordManager also has some HTTP connectivity, for instance, the OAP image provider. And that's all, folks. Thank you.